This show is 10% tech news and 90% regret. Let's go. Hello players, welcome to Sexy Tech, the only tech show where the frame rates are high and the standards are low. Lower than my pants. I'm your tech jester Buzz Stringer, and look, I know, I need to shave, but I'd rather be hairy and be here than shaven and talking to myself. Actually, there's not much difference, is there? Nah, I'm kidding. I love you. I'm glad you're here. Now, house rules, but I prefer disco. Tech news is coming, I promise. House rules. Many of you already know these. The like button is the laugh button. Hit it if you laugh, or hit the upside down one if you want to do that instead. As always, I look forward to your comments and we read them at the end of the show. If you can't think of anything to write, you can use the safe word, pants off. We'll know what it means. And as a bonus, it will confuse YouTube. Graphic cards to spice up your birthday party with rude pictures. Oh, there's an S. Well, that's completely different. Graphics cards for rendering 3D boobies. AMD makes them, and they're bouncing back. It's AMD's latest attempt to convince us that this time, this time, they're totally gonna beat NVIDIA. This might be the greatest tech showdown since Apple convinced people to spend $1,000 on a monitor stand. Or it might not be. The Radeon RX 9070 and 9070 XT are here, and according to AMD, they offer 4K gaming at a 1440p price, which is a fancy way of saying please ignore all context and just take our word for it. I'm kidding. They might actually be good. I know, I'm shocked too. I had to check to see if AMD's press release was written in crayon, but it's not. It's typed. They are undercutting NVIDIA's overpriced GPUs coming in at $549 and $599 in dollars, right up against the RTX 5070 and 5070 Ti. I can imagine the AMD board meeting. All right, guys, we need to beat NVIDIA. How do we do it? What if we actually made a good GPU? Nah, we've never done that before. That's far too risky. Fine, let's just make them cheaper. So AMD showed up at NVIDIA's house, unzipped their fly, and let loose all over their $749 price tag. Amazing! You get a 51% raise. And here we are. The 9070 XT is 51% faster than the old RX 6900 XT at 4K. And in the Ultimate Flex, AMD claims it's 26% faster than NVIDIA's RTX 3090. Well, because apparently 2020 is back and we're all nostalgic for overpriced, power-hungry bricks. And for those of you who just got a 4K monitor and don't want to remortgage your house for an NVIDIA card, AMD is flexing their RDNA 4 architecture, which allegedly doubles rasterization formats. Let's get formancy. Performance over RDNA 2. Rasterization, for those who don't spend your Friday nights on tech forums arguing about pixels, is basically graphics without all the fancy ray tracing BS. Raw graphical performance. And we all know AMD sucks at ray tracing, but hey, baby steps. Boss, should we mention our ray tracing improvements? Do they still suck compared to NVIDIA? Of course! Then just say we enhanced them and moved on. Genius. These GPUs also use standard 8-pin PCIe power connectors, which have a 90% lower chance of melting your GPU. And let's talk about availability. AMD is promising strong stock levels at launch, which I want to believe you, AMD. I really do. But last time you promised good stock, we got 3 units per store and scalpers flip them faster than an all-you-can-eat buffet flips over the close sign when they see James Corden coming. I look forward to your comments. So will AMD finally be able to topple NVIDIA's price gouging empire? Pride gouging works as well. Or will NVIDIA retaliate by, I don't know, releasing the RTX 5090 Super Ultra Mega Extreme Deluxe Edition with 2% better performance for $2,000? Yeah, they will. They totally will. But one thing's for sure, AMD finally grew a pair, and if they can actually keep these GPUs in stock, we might see a real shake-up in the GPU market. Or more likely, NVIDIA will just bribe game devs to optimize for CUDA cores and make sure AMD users get 5 FPS in every new game. Skype is shutting down. Microsoft is finally pulling the plug, and in true Skype fashion, the shutdown announcement will probably arrive 5 minutes late and with terrible audio quality. Oh, Skype, you had a good run. Well, Well, you had to run. It started in 2003 and was sold to eBay in 2005 and abandoned like a hooker on a Craigslist couch in 2009. And then Microsoft bought you in 2011 for a cool $8.5 billion in cash. Cash! That's right, Microsoft took all that Windows XP money and blew it on a service that would soon be less relevant than a BlackBerry with a cracked screen. Now, Skype was the go-to way to call people internationally when you could video chat with your grandma and she could spend half the call yelling, "Can you hear me?" while you watched her forehead fill the entire screen. Ah, nostalgia. But then Zoom came along, and FaceTime, and WhatsApp, and Microsoft Teams. It's like they planned this all along. Oh, Skype, Microsoft did you dirty. Slowly, over 14 years, they gave you a shitty Windows Phone integration. Windows Phone, remember those? Yeah, neither do I. And then sat back and let your competitors eat you alive. The pandemic was your big comeback moment, your chance to shine. People were stuck inside, desperate for human connection. Zoom was struggling with security issues. FaceTime was just for the Apple guys. And where was Skype? Sitting in the corner, rocking back and forth, muttering, "I was here first, I was here first, I was here first." Now, Microsoft is finally putting you down this year. That's it. This is the final date, your last day, your final message, which will probably be, Skype is not responding. Another relic of the pre-social media times is Firefox, and Firefox has gone from privacy champion to we sell your data, kinda, maybe. It's time to talk about everyone's favorite underdog browser, the one that the hipsters, privacy nerds, and weird people on the internet like me talk about. Yeah, Firefox. Mozilla, the company behind Firefox, has just given its terms of service a fresh new coat of bullshit. And nothing says, "We respect your privacy," quite like hastily rewriting your terms after people actually read them and get freaked the hell out. The internet was shockingly not thrilled about this. And by not thrilled, I mean they reacted like someone had just walked into a vegan cafe and announced that they're deep frying kittens. Let's take a look at the original language that caused the internet to collectively spit out their organic fair trade coffee. When you upload or input information through Firefox, you hereby grant us a non-exclusive, royalty-free, worldwide license to use that information. Mozilla just casually dropped that line and basically said, everything you do in our browser, yeah, you see, we own that now. That's us. We can be just like Google too. Mozilla, realizing that they had just speed run their reputation straight into the ground, did what every big tech company does when they get caught. Oopsie, you misunderstood. Tech oopsie. That's one for Mozilla. They quickly changed the terms to, you give Mozilla the rights necessary to operate Firefox. This does not give Mozilla ownership in that content. We promise not to steal your nudes. Oh, okay, they didn't explicitly say that last part, but honestly, I don't trust them not to. If they do make any money on them, I want 50%. Hey, 50% of a dollar is still money. Mozilla also walked back its classic "we never sell your data" stance. Apparently, that was a teensy bit misleading because, get this, the legal definition of selling data is confusing, probably intentionally. The translation is, we don't sell your data, we just share it with parties in a totally privacy-friendly, non-sketchy, trust me bro way. Mozilla used to be cool. They were for privacy nerds, conspiracy theorists, and people who use DuckDuckGo like it's a personality trait. But now they're pulling the same, it's just metadata, dude. Relax. That BS that made everybody hate Google. Mozilla still wants you to believe that it's the last bastion of privacy in the internet. Their lawyers, however, just reminded them that they need money to survive. So if you're a Firefox user, congrats, your data is now being stripped, aggregated, and sold like a meth lab in an episode of Breaking Bad. And if you're not a Firefox user, well, neither is most of the rest of the planet, so you're in good company. Oh my game. Strap in, because if this is true, then Jesus has returned and he's carrying a crowbar. We're talking about something so mythical, so unbelievable, that I hesitate to even say it out loud. Half-Life 3. Yes, the game that has spent the last 20 years hiding behind a gas station, smoking cigarettes and pretending that it doesn't exist, might actually be coming. If you thought Cyberpunk 2077 was the worst case of gaming blue balls, well, you clearly haven't been dry humped by Valve for the last 2 decades. So fresh leaks suggest, I look forward to your comments. So fresh leaks suggest that Half-Life 3 or Half-Life X, because Valve can't count past 2 without breaking into a sweat, is actually nearing completion. According to internet sleuths and professional Valve whisperers, the latest updates to Valve's game engine suggest that major new physics features are coming, such as buoyancy tracking, because nothing screams next-gen gaming like watching a crate or two other things float in a puddle of water. Deformation physics, so now when the Combine shoots you in the face, your skull can actually realistically cave in. Immersion. NPC mood system is another one. The AI will verbally and non-verbally react to what they see, hear, and even smell. Nice. And also there's dynamic object placement, meaning that every playthrough will be slightly different, kind of like your emotional state every time that someone falsely claims that Half-Life 3 is happening. Now, it's not April 1st. This is real news. Now let's pause for a moment here, because we have been here before. Every few years, some insider pops up like a Jehovah's Witness at your door telling you that Gabe is about to descend from the heavens and bless us with a new Half-Life. And every single time, it's bullshit. Half-Life 3 has been in development for longer than most of you have been allowed on Pornhub. At the end of the day, we're all Gordon Freeman now, silent, waiting, clutching a crowbar, ready to smash something. What if Half-Life 3 is the gaming equivalent of a quick, disappointing climax where we finally get what we want and then realize the anticipation was actually better than the experience? Valve, if you're listening, don't fumble this. You've been edging us for 20 years. We need this to be a 10 out of 10. Or we're all just gonna lie there in silence, staring at the ceiling, regretting everything. Like how you regret watching this channel. Either way, I look forward to your comments, because if this turns out to be a lie, I am going to need a support group. Must have been love, but it's over now. Okay, it's time to begin our session. If I don't fall over. Comment session. The first comment of the last video, plus some randoms, and any from Patreon or buy me a coffee. Oh, in a couple of weeks I'll do a Patreon supercut just for the Patreon stories on Patreon. So they're all easier to find. Hang on, I'm gonna fix that light. That should be better. First comment on the last video was Toasted Me. I'd rather I show speed round me from behind than pay for Reddit. It takes less than that to get banned from Twitch. So long as he doesn't call him Ronaldo for a double team, it might actually be less painful than paying for Reddit Gold. Or maybe we could just do it in Minecraft. That'll be fine. Nothing bad can happen there. I bet everybody's glad they stuck around. Old Man's Eye, the more I watch you, the more excellent we both get. Damn right. We were all excellent here. Would ya? I watched the video and came here to the comment section to leave this exact comment. I'm glad you did. And you wasn't the only one. I'm just Val. Man, you're definitely, if I can read that, that's helpful. Man, you're definitely in my top 4%. It feels good to be in something. And Mazak, sexy tech strong. Yeah, sexy tech strong. But we have to disperse until next time. So stay sexy and be excellent to each other. I started investing in stocks, beef, chicken, vegetable. One day I hope to be a billionaire.